Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Time Machine. I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm using my actual voice this time around because I'm not really doing anything scripted. What I wanted to do was actually have a bit of a discussion, or at least bring up something that I don't think that really anybody is talking about. So this is in regards to obviously the Titanic submarine wreck. But so the CEO, Stockton Rush, everyone's kind of piling on him for cutting corners and just doing this stupid act and everything. But I think what a lot of people are missing is kind of how amazing what he did was prior to like this whole mess. And that is that this man basically built a backyard submarine and was able to go down so deep that only 3 personal subs in the world, like personnel subs, can actually reach that depth. So they are essentially taking tours that in a submarine that this guy built in his backyard. And everyone's saying, oh, well, he cut corners, he was using bad materials. And in a way, that kind of makes it even more impressive. I mean, this guy is essentially a modern day Icarus. Well, a real life Icarus, I should say. But instead of flying too close to the sun, he just went too deep in the ocean. But you take a look at, for example, the very first submarine, okay? The very first submarine was the Turtle. So in 1776 is when it was, that's when it was invented by a man named David Bushnell. So this guy invents this submarine, and then it is used in order to attack the HMS Eagle in New York Harbor during the Revolutionary War. And it successfully did so, but however, at the same time, killing the pilot. So even though it was a tragedy, it was also a success at the same time. There were great flaws. Both of these submarines, whether it was the Turtle or in this case for Ocean Gate's submersible, I mean, both of them, it's kind of like a modern day story of that as well. So it is a tragedy what occurred. No less a tragedy, but a lot of people I don't think are focusing on just kind of how great of an achievement that is. I mean, that's kind of like taking a cardboard box and turning it into a successful parachute. Even if it was only successful 3 times, you still succeeded multiple times at making a parachute out of cardboard. So that's something that a lot of people I don't think are really taking a look at and considering in this whole thing. But I wanted to bring attention to that because, I mean, it's truly one of the greatest single man accomplishments. Well, I shouldn't say single man, but team accomplishments. And actually, it gets exponentially greater of an accomplishment considering that one of the controversies over this guy was that he stated that he didn't want 50-year-old white men who had experience because that's not going to influence young people. So he wanted to hire young people. He basically took the Tide Pod eating generation, grabbed a handful of those people, and made a working sub. Made a working sub and a company that every single dive you're getting paid $1 million, which, I mean, hey, I get it. Like, not worth dying over. But again, we're looking at a bunch of 20-something-year-olds that are, I mean, this generation is so hooked up on TikTok and instant gratification. I'm just shocked that they accomplished what they did. So although there was, again, tremendous failure in this situation, that does not take away from what they actually did accomplish. So, I mean, how many times did NASA fail and lose people? How many times did, actually a great example is So, have you ever watched any of the Red Bull videos of skydivers jumping in those squirrel suits? Well, to my understanding, there may be somebody that I'm missing, but every person that has advanced the technology of the squirrel suit has died using the squirrel suit. Now, that's not considered any kind of failure by their part, in terms of like, no one's going to Red Bull saying, oh, you're sponsoring this kind of activity and it's horrific and how dare you do this. No one's doing that. And rightfully so, because it does come down to personal risk. But I really want to just bring light to the fact that this guy essentially MacGyvered his way down to the Titanic using stuff he bought from Home Depot or wherever. Now, that was really my main kind of point that I wanted to get across, is just kind of how amazing what he was able to accomplish was. I don't like it when people are remembered for their failures. I prefer that people be remembered for the good that they did and the amazing things that they did. Not everyone's perfect, everyone's gonna do messed up stuff, but everyone also accomplishes something great, and I wish that everyone would be remembered for that greatness. So if you do prefer this kind of content as to my past content, definitely let me know in the comments and like the video. But other than that, you all just have an absolutely wonderful day. Thank you. Goodbye.